Now, moving on, Buhari has appointed Usman Alkali Baba as acting IGP. Took us by surprise. Now, President Muhammad Buhari has approved the appointment of DIG Usman Alkali Baba as acting Inspector General of Police. He immediately replaces Muhammad Abubakar Adamu. The Minister of Police Affairs, Gary, disclosed this to the State House correspondent on Tuesday. Now, the President had on the 4th of February extended the tenure of Muhammad as the Inspector General of Police for 3 months, out of which the SY's police boss spent 2 months and 3 days. Now, according to the minister, Baba's appointment was carefully made after the president considered issues of professionalism, competence, and numerous years of service. And of course, the president urged Usman to, among other things, ensure that police reform policies are fully prioritized to engender peace across the country. Now, I would say this actually took me by surprise because they said 3 months and it's just 2 months, 3 days. And he was right. He was still at Imo State, trying to handle the insecurity issues happening there. And the next thing, just find out you have been out of position. Now, what do you think is the reason, or what was the reason President Buhari had to make such a swift decision?
3 things are involved.
Okay.
The first one, that is a constitutional lawyer in Abuja that sued federal government on the extension of the tenure of the IG because purely it is unconstitutional. Purely it is unconstitutional. Because I checked through the Constitution of Nigeria, I checked through the Police Act 2020, which is the current act. There is no room for extension there. That one is one. Then 2, maybe the government is looking at, it's going to be an embarrassment if that particular adjournment of that case is being settled because it is unconstitutional. That one is one. Then 2, this government has shown how to disgrace somebody out of power. It has shown it separately. How could somebody be on an official duty and there's not going to be a letter to his table first? We know how people is being relieved now in other country. That one is one. Then another thing again is this. If you are working with Nigerian government, I'm not talking about the current one alone. The day they give you the appointment letter, you should be waiting for resignation letter or expulsion letter at any time because it is an appointment. So automatically that one on its own. Then another thing again is this. Maybe federal government is looking at, with the situation of things, we need another guards. That nothing has changed, even with the extension, because he has just used 2 months out of the 3 months. That maybe let us have a change of guards. Then the third one, that I think is so political in nature. Maybe our president always do some certain things when he's out of the country, because nobody saw that one coming. So he gave a very good shot. Maybe now he did not hear anything on political whatever. He just wanted to do a very good job. But to me, Usman Baba is a very good officer. I knew him in 2013 when he was Commissioner of Police in FCT. He's a very complete gentleman. In fact, before he was appointed, he was the DID in charge of FCID headquarters in Abuja. So very, very gentle. But the problem I have is another thing again. The man is 58 years old. He was born in 1963 and enlisted in 1988. The man is 58 years and he has 2 years to use. But I think there are some AIG that are still younger that can serve us for a very longer time. Because one of the problems we have is that we always have IG that will go for 2, 3. Apart from Ken Salem that used 9 years. We don't have a situation where we're going to have a long one, because security is not something you can just sponsor. This one will come with another thing again. It will not go in line with other ones. So, and that is the area that I really fuck them. And constitutionally, President Muhammadu Buhari has not done anything unconstitutional now by appointing another, because under section 215 subsection 1A of Police Act 2020, he has the power to appoint. But the problem I have with that act is that where he has provision for acting IG, He said that acting IG, he still have to submit his report to IG. Where is the current IG?
Oh.
That is the only thing I have in that Police Act. Because inside that section 215, subsection 1A, there is provision for acting IG. But acting IG has to submit reports
to the
IG. Because in that Police Act, what they have said is that maybe IG travel out. Somebody is acting IG. Or maybe he was sick. And somebody is acting IG. So you have to be making a report. But in this case,
who is he going to report?
Who is he going to report to? And he didn't say report to the president. He said report to the Inspector General of Police. But constitutionally, for appointing an acting IG, President Muhammadu Buhari has not done anything constitutional. But the lacuna in the Police Act is what I've just talked about. To me, government job is continual. Barrack remain, soldier go, soldier come. But what is important there, that the new acting IG must know, insecurity in the country is so alarming to the extent that it's like they push police aside. It's only military that is facing it. And if you have to look at the constitution of this country, the person that is in charge of internal security is the Nigerian police. That is why they are the only one that can prosecute. Even if soldier should arrest somebody, he must take it to police for prosecution.
Okay. Let me Chacha.
While you have allowed him to say so much, let me add 2 or 3 things. Number one is the fact that it is the Police Service Commission that recommends to the president, and the president makes the appointment. That's what the Constitution says. So most people that are criticizing, they may recommend 2 or 3 people, but the president now pick one and makes an appointment. So the appointment, like he has said, is at the discretion of the president. That's number one. Number 2 is the fact that I think what Nigerians should start clamoring for right now is that we don't want the normal rhetorics. You know, when a police IG is appointed in the acting capacity, the first thing is that he will tell you he will withdraw all checkpoints. He will tell you police escorts will be withdrawn. We are used to all of those statements. There is so much work on ground right now. You should hit the ground running. I'm of the opinion that the first thing you should do is to actually make pronouncements. See, policemen, their morals are actually down because of the NSAS issue. That's when so many of the policemen lost their lives. Yes, in a state like Ibadan, one was actually eating raw. So as we try to condemn the policemen for not doing too well, let's understand that they are also fathers or mothers of human beings, citizens of Nigeria like us, and they are risking their lives too. So the morale is actually so low that I don't know how it's going to go about it, but I think it needs to get a lot. So you will find out that at the time after the police brutality protest, for weeks they refused to come out. Not like they were trying to protest, but excuse me, even me as a human, my morale will be low. At a time, some weeks ago in Lagos, you will find out that even touts can approach policemen and talk to them anyhow because they just feel like, see, we've seen your downfall and we can deal with you guys. Look at what's happening in Imo at the moment. It's because so many people are now getting so emboldened, and I can't see. I can be wrong, and I'm not claiming Mr. Know-all, but I'm of the opinion that protest was a strategic way to actually deal with the technical unit in the police force that deals with some miscreants. Now that those people have been withdrawn, and because the kind of orientation those people have is to deal with this miscreant actually. So now those people have been withdrawn, and you find out that these hoodlums are actually emboldened, and you can imagine facing a whole police station, burning the headquarters down. We have not had it this difficult before, but I'm of the opinion that it really has to do so much as regards their emotions, emotional intelligence, their morale, their welfare. They must be fired up. It's not only because of the money, but they must just feel that they are well appreciated when they do their work well. That's number 2. Number 3, I think at the moment, the police force must go beyond working with the mentality of whoever is on board and having a system having a system that outgrows whoever is the IGP. I don't know, maybe you get what I'm telling you. It should be institutionalized. What the form of operation of, see, you will get to a police station in VI, and the way they will attend to you is even from when you get to a police station in Ajegule. Because see, certain things has to be. You will get in my place in Alakuko. Sometimes ago, I had to report the case, and I had to pay for what's that stuff called?
To write.
They told me that I had to pay for some materials. Now you can't. A policeman buys his uniform, he pays for his uniform, pays for his boots. See, a lot needs to be done, and we don't expect him to make popular statements. See, we are used to all of that. I want him to hit the ground running. See, Nigerians, when you work, Nigerians will forget where you came from. Nigerians will applaud you. Nigerians will even want you to stay. So let's see, the fact that they are shouting about where it comes from is because Nigerians have lost trust as far as capacity is concerned. So I don't want
performance can.
But yes, performance will make you forget about where you come from. So I want him to take the bull by the horn and hit the ground running.
Okay. In addition, that the new IG, acting IG, should also look the area of promotion. How could somebody enter service enlisted at the same time, and one is a CSP and one is a sergeant?
Wow.
And the same qualification, no?
Do you think there's politics in this?
No, all of us know now. Even they themselves, they know. As we are talking now, they know that there is politics. So he needs to look at the area of promotion. Somebody that needs to be promoted should be promoted. Then another one again is that how could a CSP be a DCO or DPO of a police station, and SP will not have a station to head?
Wow.
In a station, you can have 3 SP in a particular station. One will be DPO, one will be DCO, one will be DTO. In another station, CSP is the one that will be DPO, CSP is the one that will be DCO, CSP is the one that will be DTO.
One person.
And they cannot move that SP to where they have DSP. No. They will take you to a police station based on who you know. There are some certain police stations, they have wealthy police station. It's only for the big boys that can wash hands. So all those kind of things, this new acting IG needs to work on that. Then another one again is this. I know by the Police Act section 215 section 1B, he cannot do anything that has to do with politics and policies. He cannot change anything. He cannot change anything for now until he has been confirmed. He can't change. He cannot give any. In fact, he can move commissioners from one place to another. That one is not policy. But in terms of policy, okay, and I want to have a special force
for this.
He cannot do that for now. So what is important there is this: he needs to strengthen the institution. Let me tell you one thing: Nigerian police, in terms of number, the numbers we have cannot safeguard Nigeria. Don't let us lie. Nigerian police is not up to 400,000. If I'm lying, any of the police officers should challenge me, because upon the 10,000 that have come, constable, whatever, it's not up to that particular, and some people have died, some have retired. Who is feeling the before we could have a very well numbers, at least we should be able to have 1 million police officers. It's better to have more police officers that will be doing intelligence gathering. We are 200 million. So if you have 1 million, it's still fair. Even if you cannot up to 1 million, at least 900,000, 800,000. Because how will you say a police officer will do nights? Second day is the one that will still do afternoon. When is it going to be time to work? And psychologically, police needs to be worked on. It is better, some of them, if police officers have the chance to be a soldier today, they will tell you they want to relocate. They want to relocate. There is not even switch. They want to relocate. Because they know that there are certain things, soldiers have their own problem, but there are some certain things they still enjoy compared to one. Then another thing, our state commissioner of police needs to work more. Don't just sit down in the state command. There are a lot of things happen in the police post, in the division, in the area command. Some area commander, they've turned themselves into a terror in the lives of Nigerians. Some certain police officers, some DPOs have turned themselves to laws. You should have a way of checking them. Because it's very, very important. If this new acting ID can do that within 3 months, I'm telling you, people will forget that I come from Yobe State. People is going to forget that President Muhammad always want to pick somebody. And for those people that always say that, This particular acting IG is the 21st Inspector General of Police that we are going to have in Nigeria. We have about 10 Southerner, we have about 10 Northerner, and this one is the 21st one. So don't always have the insinuation that there was a time that we always Southerner. But although I know it's because of the politics and the way our politicians has really worked on our psyche. But what is important there is that acting ID should take the bull by the horn, work for Nigerians, protect Nigerians, secure every state, and see how people are going to clamor for you to be confirmed, and you should be there.